For an accused cop killer. Less than 90 minutes ago, we learned Alder Marin Sotelo was taken into custody by Mexican authorities.
You'll remember investigators say he escaped a jail in Virginia on Sunday and left in a getaway car bought by his sister in High Point.
The FBI is still searching for that 2003 red Ford Mustang. It's not clear when Marin Sotelo will be extradited to the area. In less than 90 minutes, Guilford County Schools wants to hear from you on a proposed new school near PTI.
Yeah, the K-8 school will focus on STEM learning. Superintendent Dr. Whitney Oakley says they picked this location because enrollment at Southwest Elementary and Middle would be nearly double the state's average in 2 years. Now, this is just the start of the process. Once they give the go-ahead to build the school, they'll discuss details like safety, learning spaces, and the overall look and design of the building. Tonight's meeting on the proposed school starts at 5:30 at Colfax Elementary.
Guilford County Schools also making sure parents are ready for next year with school transportation. If you plan to send your kids to school on a bus, you need to register them ahead of time. The first registration fairs are this Saturday at Dudley and Northwest High Schools. The deadline to request transportation is June 14th.
Happening right now, the state Senate is debating ahead of a vote on a bill that would ban most abortions after 12 weeks. Right now, as you know, it's 20 weeks. It cleared the House late last night, just a day after Republicans revealed it. Lawmakers attached the proposal to a bill that had already been introduced, allowing it to push through quicker. We'll have more on these developments today at 5. Added protection against the respiratory illness RSV is on the way. The FDA approved the first RSV vaccine. Right now, it's designed to protect older adults, a group at high risk for complications from the virus. The vaccine isn't available right now, but could be by the summer. The CDC still needs to discuss recommendations for use, a key step to guarantee insurance coverage ahead of the fall. The group will meet in June. As part of this Hurricane Preparedness Week, state leaders are encouraging us all to use this time to come up with our emergency plan. That means coordinate with family, check up on your insurance coverage, and have emergency supplies ready. That could include canned food, water, a weather radio, and a first aid kit. Download our free app to use as your resource during any type of severe weather.
Always good to be prepared. Good thing is we don't have anything to worry about in the near term. Pretty nice weather for today. If you've been outside, you've noticed probably a couple of changes. The main one is we're done with that pesky wind that's been around for so long. Beautiful sky this afternoon, puffy clouds. We have a temperature currently of about 65 degrees with a light breeze. Not a strong one. It's only light this afternoon. Temperatures area-wide, upper 50s in the North Carolina mountains, mid and upper 60s here in the Piedmont. And the wind, as I said, it's still around, but it's not nearly as strong as it was, only at about 5 miles per hour or so. So we just have a light breeze currently. Still going to be a cold night. We woke up to cold weather earlier this morning. We're doing it again tonight. Not terrible, but it is still going to be chilly. Low 40s early on. It'll warm up quickly tomorrow once the sun has gotten up above the horizon. We're at around 50 by 8 o'clock in the morning, 70 by the afternoon. We will be in the 70s for the first time in a while tomorrow afternoon, but it will get a little bit cloudier as the day goes on. Some optimism in my 7-day forecast. One thing I wanted to show you, looking at Saturday, I've pretty much cut our rain chance in half. I think it's going to be harder for it to rain in our area. Still a passing shower or two can't be ruled out. I don't want to get your hopes up too much, but it's looking like a day where you can salvage outdoor plans. Just keep an eye on the News 2 interactive radar right in your pocket on your phone. It'll help you stay ahead of any showers.
A highly anticipated event is back in Greensboro tonight. The Town Bank Beach Music Festival kicks off.
You can bask in the sun and imagine you are at a beach concert.
Eric, there really is no one better suited for this event than you.
I tell you what, you imagine you're at the beach in a ballpark. That's what's happening. This is the TAMS warm-up band. They also back the TAMS. They're going to open things up tonight. This is going to be so much fun. Gates open at 5:30. Concert starts at 6. If you don't know the TAMS, they're absolutely phenomenal. Hey, they're letting you on the field, right? So you can come down to the field. What you need to know about this is that you cannot bring lawn chairs this go around. You can bring a blanket, have the family down here all the way up to the front of the stage if you want to. And then way back out here, you can see the sunbrella section with all those umbrellas. That's the VIP section. And then, of course, the stands over here to the left, you can go up there as well. Tickets are $15. I believe you can pay at the door if you haven't gone online to Downtown Greensboro Incorporated and buy your tickets there. This is going to be fun, guys. They're doing 5 of these. They're scattered throughout the summer. Tonight is the fabulous, the mighty, mighty Tams. And on the 15th, rather, the 18th of May, they're going to have the Catalinas. There's the Part-Time Party Time Band, which is based out of High Point. And they're going to wrap things up at the end of the season, toward the end of June, with chairman of the board. Come on out here. Tons of room. Way more room than we used to have when we were across town a little bit. This is going to be a blast. And this band, if you don't know the Tams, then you don't know beach music, because these guys do a floor show that will blow you away. So come on out, check it out. We're going to be out here throughout the duration of this thing, and we're going to basically be showing you all the excitement out here, all the fans when they show up. And we've got an interview with Little Red, who is the front man of the Tams. He's going to come out here in our 5 o'clock newscast. So come out and join us, have a good time. We'll have more from First National Bank Field coming up.
This Mental Health Awareness Month, the Greensboro man is raising funds for mental health services with a charity bike ride this Saturday. Ronald Jones is the founder of the R.J. Strong Foundation. In 2019, Jones became ill due to a clot in his left leg and had to undergo 9 different surgeries. In the process, he lost 2 of his toes.
But laying there in the hospital bed, and as those healthcare workers were taking care of me with such care, people that I didn't even know, I could see how overwhelmed at times they were and the mental strain that they were under. So it fell on me then, when I get well, I want to do something to bring attention to this.
That's when he had the idea to start the Pedaling for Mental Health charity bike ride. A portion of the proceeds will benefit Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist Behavioral Health Division and the Brenner Children's Mental Health Fund. Jones says he hopes the ride will encourage others to consider cycling to balance mental and physical health.
People in your family who live these stressful lives that we live and sometimes need help and need to talk to someone, to get through it. And because of the stigma and the negative connotations of that, they sometimes suffer and don't get help.
Saturday's ride will start at 8 a.m. at Ragsdale High School in Jamestown. Participants can sign up for a 60-mile, 30-mile, or 12-mile route. This is the first year of this event. It's $30 to register. For more information, just look for this story on our website. I just love this idea, Chad, of combining the physical with the mental health. You know, we talk a lot about our physical health, but it's just as important to make sure that we are right and that we are strong inside as well.
It's also incredible to me that, you know, some people go through some things that are so challenging, and to try to come out of that, they create something like this, where they create a way to help raise awareness, but also money to, you know, to get people more on board and help them better understand situations.
And making it more aware, because I believe that everyone deals with stress or pressures to some extent, some more than others, but there's still a taboo-ness about it. And I think the more that we continue to talk about it, I know throughout the COVID pandemic, a lot of people have been talking about mental health more, but the more we do these stories, the more that we do events like this to raise money for these services, the more and more people might go out and seek the help that they need.
Well said.
Alrighty, we'll be right back. Stick with us.
Not on. Hello, it was not on. Huzzah. Let's try this one more time. Once more with feeling. How now, brown cow? How now, brown cow? Can you hear me now? Brown cow. Hello.
Calling all film buffs, it's time for your favorite part of the week, a News 2 movie review.
WFNY News Manning Franks took a dive into the latest Marvel film now in theaters.
It's time for the Guardians to face the music in this third and final film in the Marvel franchise. So let's shuffle this playlist and see if it lives up to the hype. Almost 10 years ago, a ragtag group of characters called the Guardians of the Galaxy made their way to the big screen from a lesser-known comic book property originally from 1969. Now, this lovable rogues gallery is on their third and possibly final installment in the Guardians franchise. But is this third volume one that you would want to have repeat on your playlist? Well, let's just say that this entry will have the audience hooked on a feeling. Take it away, Baby Groot. He's just camera shy.
We were always searching for a family until we found each other. Are you ready? one last ride?
In Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, the Guardians have made a home on the planet Nowhere. As they pick up their respective lives after the events of Avengers Endgame, the team is faced with a new series of foes that leave one of their own in critical condition. With the life of their friend in the balance, the fight is now personal as the Guardians must now save both their teammate and the galaxy.
That is the gist of it.
The Guardians of the Galaxy, thanks to the deft pen of mastermind James Gunn, are also wholly unique and likable even in their imperfections, and this film is no different. Gunn knows his heroes like the back of his hand, which is why, in Volume 3, his dive into what is essentially a darker and far deeper narrative than previous iterations feels so earned. Rocket and his story arc especially exemplify that notion, making it the undeniable highlight of this film. What's so clearly striking about this movie is that it is a story about the lasting bonds of chosen family and how they can help us through personal trauma. And it just so happens to be a Marvel movie. True, there are some pitfalls of most Marvel films that translate over to Volume 3, such as too many subsidiary characters, jokes that don't always land, and side plots that feel forced in. Yet the emotional highs and incredible cast chemistry make this film stand out just like the previous two. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is a beautiful love letter to James Gunn's iteration of this oddball team of misfits, and while this one may be too dark for the youngest of kids, it is still the perfect send-off to our travels across the galaxy with this family. Isn't that right, Groot?
I'm Groot.
I agree. I'm giving Guardians of the Galaxy a groovy to approved. You can watch this only in theaters.
Oh, that was super cute at the end.
Thank you. I decided to ad-lib it over there because I have him. I've had since the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, one of my first Funko Pops that I started to collect.
So I had not seen this movie, but one of my former coworkers, he and his wife named their dog Groot. And they said they named him after a movie, but I wasn't sure what movie it was. And then when you were talking, I said, oh, this is the movie they were talking about.
And now you can actually tell them now that it is this one. Yeah, so I'm not sure you guys said you haven't seen the Guardians of the Galaxy films at all, and I understand that's unacceptable. Marvel is not for everyone, and that is okay. But for this one, I really like the Guardians films because they feel like they are almost separate from the actual cinematic universe. And this one does a really good job of being emotional. It has weight to the characters, but it doesn't feel like it's wholly connected to the rest of the films. And I will always give a Marvel film, or any film in general, higher, what's the word? If they try and a swing and a miss, they swung, and that's all that matters. They didn't they didn't just take it and play it safe. I will always appreciate that more. So they did this.
My question for you is, if we haven't seen the first two volumes, can you see Volume 3 without seeing the other two? Because some movies you can do that.
You can. For this one, you will, in order to get the full emotional weight of what this family has been through, really, you'll have to see the other two. You can kind of skip all the other Marvel films, honestly, and just see this trilogy and be totally satisfied.
I think you're convincing me. I might have to add it to my list.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yes,
They're
check
fun.
them off.
Sounds like a binge watching night.
Whenever it's a rainy weekend, we can watch a lot of movies.
Yeah.
Disney Plus.
You mean every weekend?
Every weekend. Yes, every weekend is
sad.
What about this weekend with the weather?
Yes, so that's called a transition, everybody. We are going to talk about your forecast over the next couple of days. Maybe Groot could help me out, I don't know. We have lots of sunshine at the moment. A couple of clouds have been with us throughout the day today, but not very many. So it's really just nice outside at the moment, and this is kind of what we are going to keep around for the rest of today and into tomorrow as well. Now, as far as the weekend goes, we are making some changes to that forecast, and overall, pretty good changes. That's the nice news that we have for you. Current temperatures are in the 60s locally. If we widen out the view, you'll notice there are some 70s if you're lucky enough to be at the beach in Wilmington today, for example. It's 76. That's always a nice place to be. 70s and 80s across the south, and really the warmest parts of the country, ironically, are places like the Dakotas. Warmer than us here in the Carolinas right now. Clear sky is with us now. That pesky low pressure area that had been bringing us all that wind and really the swirling clouds, that's still up in the northeast, but it's losing its grip and it's moving away, and that's allowing our weather to change in a pretty positive way. High pressure in control for tomorrow. We'll only see a couple of high clouds filter in for tomorrow afternoon and evening. So if you have Friday night plans, don't stress. They'll be fine. Everything is good to go for tomorrow. Now, this is the area of rain that we have been forecasting to hit us by Saturday, but watch what happens as it gets a little bit closer to us. It mostly stays in South Carolina. That's the new trend over just the last day or so. We're watching it. I want to make sure that's a real trend and not just a hiccup here because I don't want to get your hopes up, but it is looking like Saturday might be a decent day if that rain does stay just to our south. For now, we'll call for just a passing shower on Saturday, about a 30% chance of getting hit by one of those. And then on Sunday, unfortunately, there could be a passing shower there as well, but it's a warm day. It's not a bad one either. Next week, we start the warm weather trend, and it's kind of like a summer pattern where it warms up every day into the 80s, and you watch the afternoon for a couple of those pop-up storms. For tonight, still cold. This will be our last cold night for a little while. We're down to about 45 in the cities, colder than that in the outlying areas. For tomorrow, partly sunny, 72. That's a crowd pleaser overall. The clouds will increase by the end of the day. We're also starting to get around the corner when it comes to pollen. Forecast for the next couple of days calls for moderate levels of pollen, not high. That's an improvement. 7-day forecast looking ahead to your weekend. As I said, a small chance of a shower on Saturday. We'll keep you posted on the timing heading into tomorrow. And then into next week we go. Low 80s Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. All of those chances for showers or storms would just be for the afternoon times, just pop-up stuff, not the whole day at all. Looking dry though, Wednesday into Thursday, and staying closer to normal in the upper 70s.
And what a day for some beach music, Eric. I'm kind of surprised you haven't gotten on stage with them yet as they're getting ready over there.
Let me tell you, I'm excited because 14 Karat Gold, that's the opening band for the Tams. They'll play tonight. They have played 2 Michael Jackson songs, 1 Jackson 5 song, and now the Gap Band. So you can hear more than just old school beach music when 14 Karat Gold is here. Now the Tams will be out after that. By the way, gates open at 5:30, concert starts at 6. The Tams are going to rock it out if you haven't seen them before. They're an incredible show band. Little Red usually jumps off the stage. He's out in the crowd, working the crowd, dancing with people. This is going to be a full-on party. So make sure you head over here. Tickets are $15. We'll have much more from here and talk to Little Red live in person during our 5 o'clock newscast.
Today is May the 4th, also known as Star Wars Day. The Hollywood Walk of Fame is honoring Carrie Fisher with a posthumous star along Hollywood Boulevard. Fisher is best known for her role as Princess Leia in the series. The actress died in 2016 at the age of 60.
The North Carolina Museum posted an article about 2 roads in a very small town named after Star Wars characters. Yoda and Darth Maul Drive are in Grover, which is west of Charlotte. If you've never heard of it, I don't think anybody has. The town is just 1 square mile in size. They were both named by the same person just 2 years apart. They named Darth Maul Drive the day before The Phantom Menace premiered in 1999.
Wow, they were big fans there. And here in the Triad, the Winston-Salem Dash is getting in the spirit. Tonight's game will feature a Star Wars themed night. They take the diamond at 7 against the Grasshoppers.
Hey, Eric asked you earlier on Facebook about your favorite character from the series. Another Eric said R2-D2, he and C-3PO were great. Kathy says Princess Leia, everyone wants to be her. Stuart said Chewbacca, he runs on pure emotion, love Chewie. And Jonathan says Han Solo. And Cynthia said there are too many to pick. Yoda, Chewbacca, R2-D2, Darth Vader, and the Ewoks. I really like, so I've only seen the first one ever made, but I really like the Ewoks.
The Ewoks are a staple. They're from Return of the Jedi. They're the little bears type creatures, you know, that are like that fight the stormtroopers.
Like gremlins.
I gotta be honest, as I said before, I haven't seen Star Wars in its entirety, just certain clips of it. But I would have to say Yoda is probably my favorite. And one of the reasons why is last year I interviewed a little girl in Reidsville who was battling bone cancer, and she recovered, and Yoda was her favorite character, and she always carried her little baby Yoda with her for support and love, and I just thought it was so cute.
That's adorable. One of my favorites actually is I'm a big Star Wars fan. I've kind of recently fallen off because there's just so much to be able to watch. But as a kid, I grew up watching the original trilogy and even the prequel trilogy. I watched them so much. Obi-Wan Kenobi, also known as Ben Kenobi, you know, Alec Guinness played him in A New Hope. One of my favorite characters from all of Star Wars, such a multi-layered character. And come on, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah.
What a great, weird, fun name.
So since you are the film buff, the film critic, out of, you know, this is an American classic sci-fi movie. What is it about this movie compared to others like Transformers and different popular movies? Why has this stood the test of time?
I remember my dad said back when he was still alive, and he told me when I was a kid, he saw Star Wars A New Hope in theaters with his dad, not once but twice. In the second week, it was just like sold out, lying out the window, or lying out the door, because it was so simple, and it still is. It's just a simple story that's almost fantastical. It's like the mixture of sci-fi and fantasy. It's a beautiful simplicity that I think that stood the test of time.
I think it would be really cool if you went and did movie reviews of some really old classics.
Yeah.
That would be great. I would love to be able to do something like that. Maybe it's a whole segment.
Like The Wizard of Oz.
That's
you know,
a good one.
just
I
like
have
some
seen
classics.
that one.
Really good film. I love that one.
Okay, well, hey, you can add that to your list, right?
Maybe.
We'll be right back.
A little bit. You don't have to. That's awesome. Thank you.
Hey guys, ice cold milk and an Oreo cookie, they forever go together. Hello, hello, hello.
Scott, how long?
4 years. Yeah, town bank since we got here.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's a 24-year-old.
Started in 99.
Yeah.
Started in 99, and we just started here de novo.
Welcome back to the 4 to 5. I'm Lauren Coleman here with Chad Silver, Tim Buckley, and we got Eric Chilton out and about today.
And the two weather guys kind of switched roles from yesterday,
did.
right?
I know.
Tim was outside yesterday. Eric, how's the weather out there today?
Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. Hey, Buckley, I was looking out in the field. They always have that, the temperature out there. It was like 71 degrees, sunshine, absolutely perfect.
Shoot, good assignment you got there today.
Yeah.
All the fun. Well, we'll be checking in with Eric a little later in the show where he's having all the fun today, but we're going to hop into some news. The state Senate is expected to vote today on a bill that would ban certain abortions after 12 weeks. They are currently still in session debating the bill. It's cleared the House this week. Lawmakers attached to the proposal to a bill that has already been introduced, allowing it to get a vote sooner. Here's a breakdown of what is allowed and what isn't allowed under the bill. Elective abortion would be allowed up to 12 weeks. Abortions in the case of rape or incest will be allowed up to 20 weeks. Abortions for life-limiting anomalies to the baby will be allowed up to 24 weeks. And there will be no limit on abortions if the mother's life is at risk. Governor Cooper says he'll veto the bill if it passes the Senate, but Republicans do have a supermajority. That means they have enough members to override that veto.
There has been a lot of movement for some bills over the past couple of days, while others just didn't make the cut. For example, a bill banning gender transition surgeries for kids moved closer to becoming law. It blocks doctors from performing the surgery or referring it as a healthcare option. Democrats say the bill jeopardizes the mental health of transgender kids, while Republicans say the bill protects kids from making life-changing decisions while they're young. The bill passed the House and now moves to the Senate. The bill that would have changed our state's concealed carry law died in committee last night. The proposal would have removed the requirement that someone go to a sheriff's office to get a permit. It also would have lowered the age for concealed carry from 21 to 18. It's not clear why the bill died.
Your Duke energy bill is about to go up. The question many want to know, by how much? North Carolina utility regulators will meet today to discuss how much Duke Energy will be allowed to raise electricity rates. The proposed increase would hike a normal Duke customer's total payments by $25 over a 3-year period. Duke Energy said the largest increase would be in the first year. The company estimates the new rates will be in place by October 1st. With summer just over a month away, it might have you thinking about the beach. No better place to find it here than the Town Bank Beach Music Fest.
Erica, I know you have been aching for beach music Thursdays to return.
Oh my gosh. I was out here talking with some of the organizers. I said, I begged for 2 years, and here we are. Yeah, thank goodness this is happening. This really is such a great family event. This year, the main sponsor is Town Bank. It's the Town Bank Beach Music Festival, and we expect big crowds. I mean, people have been talking about this for a while. We've got the president of Town Bank, Scott Baker, with us. And I mean, you said you wanted to be a part of this because it is a family-oriented event.
Yeah, it's a great event. Brings a lot of different demographics together, age groups as well. And so what can you be more excited? Great weather today. I hope this is packed in just a few hours and everybody's just having a good time enjoying company.
You mentioned this earlier, and it's true. In the past, when they'd have it at the other park, the number of young kids always shocked me because this music dates back, in some cases, to the 50s and 60s, but you see high school kids out there.
Yeah, I share with you, my daughter used to come out here with her friends and have a great time, so we're excited to see it back for the community, and we're glad to be a part of it, and thanks to Downtown Greensboro for all their efforts in bringing it here. It's important. We love to participate in local community events and charitable organizations, and this is yet another one that just is real positive for the community, so why wouldn't we want to participate?
Absolutely. This is great. And what you're looking at, too, the outfield, if you notice that Sumbrella area, that's the VIP section, so a lot of folks will be hanging out there, but you are welcome to come down and get right on the field, right in front of the stage. You can dance, and, I didn't think about this, but when you're in the infield, that little dirt area there is almost like being on the beach. It's like having sand, so you can shag accordingly. From what I hear, too, they may have some shag performers out here and some lessons as well. So in about, an hour? This is all going to be jam-packed with people. This place will be filled. Get on out here. Plenty of room, plenty of tickets, plenty of food and beverage. It's going to be a great time. I cannot wait. I've been waiting forever, guys.
Oh, that'll be fun. All right, Eric, thanks. There's an important festival happening on Sunday in Greensboro. The Unite Festival provides resources for families of children with disabilities or special health care needs. They'll also have family-friendly activities like storytellers and a fire truck. Unite stands for Understanding Inclusion Takes Everyone. The festival is on Sunday from 1 to 4 at LeBauer Park.
Amos of Alamance County is helping people dealing with food insecurity. Saturday, Food Lion is giving away Food Lion gift cards. The $100 gift cards will be given on a first-come, first-served basis. It is a limit of 1 card per vehicle. The giveaway starts at 8 a.m. at First Baptist Church on Apple Street.
The Lexington Farmers Market will continue its Double Your Dollars program for SNAP recipients. For every SNAP dollar, customers will get $2 to spend with vendors. Recipients can double up to $20 of SNAP benefits per day. To use the program, customers should see the market manager on duty to swipe their cards. SNAP EBT will be accepted at any Lexington Farmers Market location.
Beautiful day. You want to just be outside in it. A lot different than what we've been seeing too. There's no more chilly, blustery breeze. That's gone. So today's a little bit warmer, not a ton warmer, but a little bit warmer, and it's far less windy than what we've been seeing. Right now, the wind in Greensboro is only 3 miles per hour. Isn't that nice? We haven't had that much of the week, of course. Now, temperatures here locally, all pretty similar in the mid-60s, and that's kind of where we see most of the state right now. It's still a very cool day by May standards, but with the sun being so strong this time of year, and again, without much wind, you don't have a hard time staying warm outdoors. That breeze will stay low over the next couple of afternoons. However, we still have one more cold night to get through. We had one last night. Another chilly one is up for tonight. If you have some potted plants on the patio that don't really like this kind of stuff, just bring them in. You can put them out at 8 or 9 a.m. tomorrow, and that'll be just fine. If you don't, they'll still probably be fine. It's just depending on how cautious you want to be. For tomorrow, your weather, pretty similar. Mid-40s for the morning, low 70s for the afternoon, a little bit warmer, and maybe a couple of afternoon clouds build in. Hey, a little positive energy here for your Saturday. It is looking like the rain chance is going down for our area. I've lowered it only to 30% right now, and if we're lucky, we might even sneak out some sunshine at times throughout the day also. So, good stuff there for the weekend. As far as tomorrow goes, enjoy that day. If you're looking for real warmth, that's going to be coming our way next week. I have us in the low 80s starting on Monday and lasting for a couple of days. It might be warm and humid enough that we get some late day pop-up storms Monday and Tuesday.
We are oh so close to racing returning to the North Wilkesboro Speedway.
We're still about 2.5 weeks out from the NASCAR All-Star race at the track.
Yeah, they've been working hard to get that track ready. Ahead of time, the Speedway is even hosting a free open house.
Well, I actually grew up at the Speedway, grew up riding my bike around the track, so it's just awesome that, NASCAR, where it started, is coming back. I expect for them to be a lot of people here, and I know that we are going to have thousands of people down here.
You can see all the work for yourself next Wednesday, May 10th from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. There will be an official dedication of the stand and the reveal of the Turn 3 Tyson Manual scoreboard. And we want to thank you for coming out to the WFNY News 2 Shred event yesterday. It was great.
More than 1,000 cars came through the line yesterday. I think I met every single one of them. It's an all-time record, helping people protect their identity. We were so happy to see you after nearly 4 years of a pandemic hiatus. Tanya, I know this is something this is your baby, and has been your baby.
Well, when we started everything in 2 Wants to Know years and years ago, we said, how do we serve the community, right? And how do we do that? And so this is one of the things that came up. To do that, to protect people's identity. And you would think that 10 years ago you wouldn't still be doing almost the same thing today, but people still dumpster dive.
Yep.
How is that possible?
I mean, your story the other night was incredible, having 5th graders put together something that went through a shredder.
Right, and that's the strip shredder. So if you've got one of those old school strip shredders, you need to get rid of that strip shredder. You need to get that crosscut one. Because that is really what's going to protect you. If you're just some people just kind of tear things up and throw it in the trash, that's even making it even easier.
I was telling you earlier, you all did such a great job of just explaining the reason why you shouldn't shred on your own, or what you should shred and what you shouldn't shred. I know I personally learned a lot yesterday.
I mean, we're all always learning, right?
Yeah.
Which is a good thing.
So for someone who has, such an integral part of the shred, what's it like for you to see us hit 7 o'clock and see those trucks full?
It is fantastic because, first you're always wondering, will people actually come out?
Yeah,
right?
They came.
Actually come. And they did, of course, more than 1,000, which is more than what we've ever done before. And it's just a cool thing to know that we, collectively, we, News 2, we have helped people. And we helped people right then and there. And that makes me happy.
And I love the fraternity guys that came out, again, after 4 years of this hiatus.
They are fantastic. The Tau Omega chapter of Omega Sci-Fi. Those men are fabulous. They've got big hearts and big muscles, and I'm thankful for that.
Right.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
We'll be right back.
Yeah, I'm here, Brad. Hey, man.
Taylor Swift, everywhere, all the time, right? The Eras Tour has its own merchandise, but businesses in every town there's a concert are cashing in. I want you to check out these cookies from Texas. Sweets for the Swifties. Yeah, they sold out really quickly. I love how she incorporated all of the different songs in there. Now, the next town in line is Nashville. So this is my favorite coffee place in Nashville. It's called Frothy Monkey. They have a red velvet latte, a cruel summer latte, a better than revenge hazelnut espresso, and a meet me at midnight lavender latte. All right, all the things.
Are those
right?
Taylor Swift references?
Yeah.
Oh,
those
they're spot on.
He's just trying to poke the bear.
Right.
Anyway, whether you're a Taylor Swift fan or not, it's kind of cool, I think, to see that when the concert comes into town, all the local businesses have an idea of how to cash in.
I mean, yeah, well, I mean, think about all the people coming. I mean, think about all the people who, like, just within our newsroom,
Yes.
who went to all these different cities to
Yes.
stay there and do all the things. That's great.
And whenever something big like that happens, you want to monopolize off of that. So this is the perfect way to do that.
Sure, kind of thing like when we become Tourney Town, right?
Yeah.
All those businesses want to cash in on that.
Yeah.
I just went to the Kenny Chesney concert at the Greensboro Coliseum on Saturday, and there were a lot of other businesses that were close to the Coliseum that said, hey, come tailgate and have a pre-Kenny Chesney concert with us before you go there, right? Come eat, you know, spend time, spend your money.
Yeah, because you got to eat.
Right, and this is how local businesses cash in no matter what comes. All right, so not all about money though. All right, so the Taylor Swift experience is also about fun, lots of fun. So check this out. Little cute fun. The NICU nurses in Nashville created 10 costumes for these little fans. Look at them. They've got, you know, wigs and guitars and hats and glasses, different hair for different albums. These are just ridiculous and adorable.
I gotta say, you know that you have made it if the NICU babies are getting dressed up like you. Because usually, you know, they dress them up for Christmas, Valentine's Day.
Right.
I've never seen this. I don't
New
even think
Year's
I've seen that
babies.
with any other celebrity.
I haven't either.
Wow, that's great. Do you have a favorite album?
Mine is 1989.
Okay, I would probably agree with you.
Do you have a favorite?
I like a lot of her songs, like the ones that have been mainstreamed and made it to the radio, but I don't have a particular album.
Gotcha. 89 is my favorite, I think, because I graduated high school in 1989.
Oh, nice.
See, and I missed Country Taylor though.
Yeah, when she first
okay.
came out, I remember I liked a lot of her songs then. I like them now too, but I like the Country Taylor.
Is that like Red and some other ones? No, Red's not really country. It's
Your
before
Song.
16.
Yeah.
Then. Okay, gotcha.
I'm really bad with song names.
All right. You know, baby's all dressed up. It's just cute, and we're not that cute. So we're going to like pass it off to somebody else.
Yeah, Eric Chilton, you got anybody
Eric
cute
is
out there?
Hey, cutie.
Sorry, I'm over here talking. Look, these guys, y'all go ahead and do your thing. I got to show you these guys. So I told you there'd be some shag performers, and you can have lessons out here. This is William and Lonnie Green. So they have Boogie Buddies. It's like a Carolina Shag dance camp. And please, look at their cute little kids back here dancing. They're doing the basic. So you get to talk to these guys, the Grand National Champions, too. So they'll teach you how it's all done. All the shagging is going to be going on out here with this music. The TAMs will start at 6. Gates open at 5:30. And I mean, those two cuties right over there, that's the reason you want to be in. Look at them. They're going to town. All right, so much fun out here. This is just part of it. Obviously, this is happening 4 more times after today, but we want to see you out here at First National Bank Field at 6 o'clock.
Governor Cooper has declared this week as Small Business Week. He says he wants to celebrate the impact of entrepreneurs and small businesses on the state's economy. There are close to 1 million small businesses across the state. They all help to feed the economy and grow our state.
So what's your favorite small business in the Triad? We asked you on Facebook. Lee Amos says Master Plumbers Heating and Cooling. Chriselle Ray wrote Gillespie Grill, Michael Lynn Grimsley, and Black Magnolia Southern Pastry. Terrence Williams, The Cake Lady. Lavanya Burgess said Scoop Zone 336. So many restaurants I hadn't heard of.
And mine's all about the restaurants too. Like it's cool that somebody listed an HVAC place.
Yeah.
But my
well,
mind goes to.
I believe he might be one of the owners when I looked at his. But you know, that's his favorite small business.
It's a small business. Any sort of business that can be a mom and pop operation.
Yep.
We do think of the restaurants though because we like to eat.
Same.
We like to drink, coffee shop, whatever. This is kind of what you want to support is those local businesses.
And all of them have a unique special thing about them that you don't necessarily get from a chain.
I bet I could guess yours.
Which one?
Is it a
Does
coffee
it start
place?
with a G?
No, I don't know.
Giacomo's?
Oh yeah, that's my favorite one. Okay. Oh yeah, my favorite deli in Greensboro, Giacomo's Deli. Thank you.
Does yours start with a T?
No.
What is it?
I don't know.
I was gonna say Taco Mama.
Oh, I do love Taco
you talk
Mama.
about it a lot.
Yeah, Mizumi, I would probably say that was the first one I went to. All you can eat sushi on State Street. I love that one. What about you?
Shout out from you, Lauren?
I don't know if these are. Is Green Valley Grill considered a local?
Sure.
Yeah,
there's only
chain,
one.
Right?
There's only one.
Yeah, I do like Green Valley Grill. Their French
Locally
fries
owned.
are the best in town. They really are.
So good.
Now we're gonna talk about weather.
They put that truffle oil
They
on
did.
there.
Oh, with the aioli sauce.
We got dessert too. Drinks, the whole deal.
Love it.
Tim's got dessert, and it is the forecast coming up in a couple of days. Boy, that beginning of next week looks.
Oh yeah, the weather. It's going to be
Too busy thinking about those truffle fries.
Yeah, so now we're going to have to go to Ozzy's for some ice cream next week because it is getting warmer outside, everybody. A lot of people have been kind of bummed because it's been so cool the last couple of days. You know, if you're a warm weather fan, a warm weather lover, you do wait several months through the winter and early spring to get some of that. And we sure had plenty of tastes of warmth through April and even back into March at times. And we just haven't really had it the last couple of days. For today, it's been pretty much totally sunny for a long time. Take a look at your temperatures too. Mid 60s right now, so it's still a cool day locally. Mid 70s farther to our south, but there's really not any big warmth headed our way for the upcoming weekend. What I do see though is next week finally getting off to a warmer start for us in our area. Now, for right now, we are dry, of course. We have no issues to worry about for tonight or for tomorrow. High pressure still in control. We'll get a little bit warmer than we were for today. I'm planning on mid 70s for us. Sorry, low 70s. And this area of rain is the one that we had been forecasting to be over us much of the day on Saturday. But I got to tell you, I'm lowering the chance of rain. I'm not willing to take it out just yet, but it's looking promising that most of it will stay to our south on Saturday. Take a look right here. It's mostly a South Carolina concern and not as much of a North Carolina concern. So if that trend holds, we may be able to salvage most of our Saturday with partly cloudy skies, and that would be just fine if you have plans. An isolated shower can't be ruled out on Sunday either, so the weekend in two parts looks like this. Upper 60s for Saturday with a low chance of a shower. Sunday, pretty similar, a little warmer, and again, that tiny chance of a shower here or there. Heading into next week, oh yeah, the warmth is coming on back. Low 80s Monday and Tuesday, and then for Wednesday and Thursday, we'll keep some of that warmth around. It's just going to feel a little bit like spring and summer. In fact, some of those days could be warm and humid enough that you have a couple of pop-up storms. That's for Monday and for Tuesday. Of course, today is beautiful to be outside. Maybe you're going to take in the concert. That's where Eric Chilton is down at the ballpark downtown. How's it going, Eric?
So excited. This is so much fun. We're getting ready. You know, I was talking to you earlier about the Boogie Buddies here, the folks that were doing the shag dancing right behind me. They have, and this is so cool, they have a summer shag camp for kids, and it's totally free. I mean, it's really good. Plus, with your ticket, with the price of your admission tonight, you're going to get free shag lessons. So your lesson is included in the ticket price. So you can come down here and these guys are going to hold a clinic and a workshop. So much fun. Gates open at 5:30. Music starts at 6 with the Mighty Mighty Tams. We'll be here until 6:30 talking about this fun beach music concert. We'll see you then.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Hello, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2.
Cuts off from what she can see.
Oh,
Yeah.
Cold milk and an Oreo cookie, they forever go together like a classic combination.
Mr. President, Bill 20. Mr. President.
I'm on. Check. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1.
Spicy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2.
I need to tell you about a phone conversation I had with a viewer this week. It both broke my heart and it made me really mad. She called us looking for help because she thought she might be getting scammed. She'd bought some donkeys for her farm off of Facebook Marketplace. They were in another state and she obviously had to pay to get them here. She says she tried to pay with a certified check, even a credit card, but they convinced her to send gift cards instead. After several days of back and forth, she ended up sending $12,000 in gift cards. You can guess the rest of the story. It's all gone, and there's no way to get it back. She was understandably devastated. It was heartbreaking to hear her story, and it made me really mad. How could someone take advantage of someone like this? We do our best to give our viewers advice to avoid getting scammed, but the criminals can make it so convincing. At the end of the call, she told me she's grateful she didn't lose everything, but it's hard to think that way when you're in the thick of it. I recently saw the extent of bad actors on Facebook Marketplace when I sold my washer and dryer. People came out of the woodwork trying to buy them. Many of their pages weren't even real. The lingering question, why isn't Facebook doing more to prevent these criminals from getting on Marketplace? You won't ever catch me trying to buy or sell anything on that website until they can figure out how to keep the criminals away. That's just my 2 cents. And your 4 to 5. WFMY News 2 at 5 starts right now.
Breaking news right now on WFMY News 2 at 5 o'clock. After more than 4 days on the run, an escaped inmate accused of murdering a North Carolina deputy is captured.
The FBI says Alder Marin Sotelo was taken into custody in Mexico. He